Cuckoo. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come right in. Come right in. I know this is an impromptu live. I promised you all day that I would go live. And you know how the universe works, okay? The universe works against, and the universe is an enemy of progress, okay? But I said I'm going to show up anyway because I'm going to watch Shadrick Sibiya, then Kabinde Inquiry, Brown Mohodzi, Paul O'Sullivan, Untanzi, all these. So why not have a watch party with my family? The Mzansi Unfiltered gang. So, hi everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's live. I never go live on a Saturday. So, this is a special treat. Let me know in the comment section where you are joining us from. Okay, because from where I am sitting, I'll be live streaming throughout the night. Throughout the night. So, come in, leave, come in. But every time you come in, just make sure you hit that like button. I absolutely will appreciate it. I am your host, Mzansi Unfiltered. Drop a one in the comment section. Let me know sound is loud and clear. Because now I know to make sure I pick the right mic before we go live so I don't sound like I'm at a distance. Because we don't want to do that long distance relationship. Okay. We're not doing that. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Mzansi Unfiltered, and I confirm my presence on behalf of members of the public jury. Bondaba, are you a criminal? And KZN, tiny little province. So, I think today we're going to start with Shadrick Sibiya. Let's see how he did throughout the week. Full confession, I didn't watch. I had a very hectic week. Very, very hectic week. Believe it or not, YouTube is my side hustle. Okay, so my main hustle just had me here by the chokehold, so I had to divert time to that. So I didn't catch up on anything. So we're literally watching this together. You're gonna hear me react to all them gulawudiness that comes out. I don't know if I want us. Do we want to start with Chadwick Sevilla? Do we want to go to Brown Mokhotsi? Or do you want us to do Paul Walkout O'Sullivan? Or can you see how busy the week was? Can you see the week was so busy. It was crazy. The week was intense. And then of course there was Untanzi. Okay. Ntanzi was dealing nicely with advocate Georgie Baloyi. It was not looking good. You know what? Let me start first with a quick recap on what happened in the SENZO MEYIWA trial. Let me, my screen is already set up for Shadrick, but you know what? We can talk to it. We can talk to it. Let me see if I can quickly change my banners. Let me see. Let me see if we can quickly change the situation. Let's see. Look how fast we do this. Here we go. Bam. Did you see how fast that was? It was like Shadrick Sevilla, then bam, bam, bam. Let us remove the banner. Bam. Senzo Meyiwa trial. We're inside, we're parity, and we're within. Now let me find a good. Wow, I have so many windows open. You know what? I know who we're gonna use. I know exactly who we're gonna use. Dun da da da. Come on, here we go. Why are you running away from me? Dun da da da. Okay, we're gonna share this tab instead. What's going on? Here we go. Are we in business? We are in business. There we go. The screen is screening. Okay, the screen is screening. Shout out to Advocate, therefore, because I want to let you guys know something. We are in this mess because of Advocate, therefore. The past week, we have my Lord silent as a church mouse. Did you guys hear how silent my Lord was this past week? He said, Andizi, don't call me into the arena. I am not coming. You're on your own. George Baloyi. So the week started with George Baloyi beginning cross examination of Untanzi. If you remember, last week, Friday, um, Ramosepele'S and the defense team they completed cross examination and evidence in chief of Untanzi, and then they made a request that, hey, can we start? The witness is tired. Can the witness please start Monday morning fresh so that he's ready and his mindset is all ready to go and it's just going to be advocate George Baloyi. At the time we were kind of suspicious that it was going to be the good doctor, but everybody say this with me, repeat after me. We're going to breathe in and breathe out and say, thank goodness it was not the good doctor. For me personally, I struggle to watch the good doctor because he can't stand still. So it's a very distracting for me because he bounces around. I don't know why he's bouncing. I don't know what he's doing, but it's difficult for me to watch him. And I watch the Madlanga Commission, I watch the Parliament over there, the Ad Hoc Committee, I watch so many court cases. There is no one who bounces around like the good doctor, and I just can't take it. I cannot take it. So when Advocate George Baloyi, senior prosecutor, okay, the flexible prosecutor, as Paul O'Sullivan introduces him as a cast member in his book, Stop Me If You Can. You know what? I think Paul O'Sullivan knew exactly what he was doing when he named that book, Stop Me If You Can. Did you see? He was inside party within the parliament and he said, what? Stop me if you. He said to them, stop me if you can. And they all struggled to stop. Nobody was able to stop him if you can. In fact, MK Party stood up and said, I'm going to show you who you are. I will show you that we're from the MK Party and we have a mandate. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, don't touch him, don't touch him, don't touch. Oh no, don't touch him. Thank goodness he only spoke to him and never touched him. Because can you imagine what Paul O'Sullivan, what kind of case he would open that and the docket will be, he pushed me. Imagine you'd just be stopping him and he'll be like, he pushed me and I fell down. Paul O'Sullivan is that kind of dramatic guy. Everything will just be 10x. So I'm so happy. Shout out to Honorables Kansana for not touching Paul O'Sullivan. That made me nervous. That actually stressed me out. And then, so yeah, that's what Paul O'Sullivan calls George Baloyi, the flexible prosecutor. I have his book. I haven't got to the part where we find out why he's called the flexible prosecutor because, South Africa is a movie, a drama, a series. There's no time to even read books. There's all these cases going on. But anyway, so Advocate George Baloyi took the mic Monday morning and began his cross examination of Ntanzi. Yes. And it started off really tense. Yeah. Danzi was really kind of like, some of us were quite nervous that he wasn't going to make it. I will raise my hand high. I did not have confidence in Danzi's ability, and I do stand corrected. Okay, you're free to tell me we had the conversation in our last live, and you guys voted, and you said he's the one. He's gonna be the man of the match. He has turned Advocate George Baloyi into a tennis ball. Anything that George Baloyi throws at Ntanzi bats it right back. Bats it right back, and he just keeps scoring on goals. And it's like, George Baloyi, what is going on? Where is the cold drink unit to assist? Where is my lord? My lord said, you know what? It's looking so bad. I'm even going to change my glasses. I'm showing up with Zazas, okay? I'm doing the Zaza look because there is no way I'm going to let those abondabas online on those YouTube streets see my eyes rolling. We're done with that. I'm done with eye contact with abondaba because I'm embarrassed as it is. Even my lord cannot stand what is going on with George Valoy. But you see, George Baloyi is a very determined young man. He's determined. He's determined to win this case at all cost. There's a rumor that says he has never lost a case. I believe that rumor. It just doesn't mean that he's good at what he does. In my opinion, okay? I just can't prove it. It just means nobody has stopped him if they could. He's been unstoppable. He's been getting away with the getaways because what is going on in that courtroom is a travesty of justice. And so he started to read the phone records of Untanzi, right? And why do I have advocate therefore on the screen? Because he opened up a case on Judge Rata and his other brothers, Justice Ledwaba and Justice Dustin Umlambo. Okay. and there's allegations about receiving a 35 million bribe. Since we found that out, there's been a shift. There's been a shift. The tide is no longer a tide. My Lord is no longer overbearing. He's no longer overshadowing. He's even downgraded his glasses. He's now wearing, I imagine they're Ray-Bans. I wonder if they're prescription sunglasses, though. I wonder what court decorum has to say about his new dress code. Do you know what I also wonder? You know what? Let's take a look at them together. Let's digress a little bit. Let me just open up my Lord. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull him up. Um Talk amongst yourselves in the comment section while I pull this data up because I like to fact check myself. Here we go. This was Friday. George Baloyi continuing to embarrass himself. It's probably going to buffer a little bit because I just opened this window. Give me another second. We're almost there. Da 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 da. Wait a damn minute. Somebody left a comment as well. I think we'll also go through that. Um, we'll see it. You know what? Let's start with the comment that I got. No, this is not a good representation of the comment. And I think they were commenting on another day. Now that I'm scrolling through this, I don't see what they see. Oh, I see it now. But I still don't see it. Okay, so it's buffering a little bit. Share this tab instead. So, someone left me a comment and said, Buthelezi and Jonathan are in the courtroom. And they said, Mamfundisi as well. And they said, Buthelezi and Jonathan are in the EMPD uniforms. Let me know, do you guys see them? And then they said, this is Mamfundisi. Do you see my mic? And not my mic. Do you see my mouse? Do you see my mouse? They're saying that is Mamfundis. That's a comment I got. And then are these the EMPD officers, Jonathan and Buthelezi? Yeah. Let me know. Let me know if you agree. It will be interesting to know because we are in the business of uncovering Mgologodos, okay? We uncover Mgologodos on this channel. So we can know who they are, we can identify them, recognize them, just in case, you never know when you need to know what they look like. But basically, let me jump straight. You're a thug. You're a spy. MPs. Oh, okay. I was like, what did I do to deserve being called a thug? Oh my goodness. Paul, the week has been crazy. So let me see. First of all, shout out to our brand new channel members. You guys already know. Absolutely love it when you guys join the membership because you're sponsoring the channel, supporting the channel financially. I promise not to rob you. The money that you pay monthly through your memberships is used to purchase our studio equipment. And right now, we need to purchase a new device. Okay, we need a new device because Guningi, I'm running out of space. It's making my life difficult. I'm stressing. Yeah, so that's what we do with our channel memberships, a contribution, and I love it so much. Thank you to everybody who's a channel member. Your sponsorship does not go unrecognized. In fact, we celebrate you here on the channel and appreciate you also sponsoring the show. We have Oneli Onumalo inside Parity Within. We've got Ukanyisile also saying hi, 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 and I'm hearing you loud and clear. Gladys Onkose is also here. JJ, hi. I know you're super, super far away. I can't remember where exactly, but hello, thank you for joining us. What time is it over there? Drop it in the chat. I have no dog in this fight. Ooh. Da 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 da. So I guess you caught Senior Counsel Hasim. Do you know the favorite thing that she said? I know I said I didn't watch. Of course, I watched like highlights here and there, but I didn't watch like full stretch. I love the part where she says with a straight face, like, let me just beam her because she's amazing. She deserves to be beamed right now. Let's just go right ahead and beam her. Oh my god, I have so many windows open at this point. Here she is. Do you see it? Senior counsel. Senior counsel. Shout out to the senior counsel. Are you seeing her? There we go. I've cleaned up the screen. Are you seeing her? She said, this is my favorite part. I'm going to quote, open quote, close quote. Hey, Bo. It's like, wait a minute. She even added the baseline. I was like, okay, see you, sister. Senior counsel. Drop it too in the comment section if you got to hear senior counsel say, hi, Bo, when she was reading a WhatsApp message from, I think it was from General Sentimole, aka Miss BBL, allegedly, according to Shadrick Sibiya. She was sending Shadrick Sibiya a WhatsApp message when Shadrick Sibiya sent her a photo of the impalas that had died. And she was like, "Hey, Bo." May the impala souls rest in peace. But let me know, drop a three in the comment section. I mean, if you have friends and you guys chat about impalas and purchasing impalas and getting a mate for the impalas, like generals have their lives easy. Has anyone thought of actually doing a lifestyle audit? Because I didn't know that generals can have, like, um, reserves, animal farm kingdoms, and have multiple animals on them. What kind of salaries are these people having? I don't know any general, so I can't. I wonder if Mkonazi also has impalas because he's also a general, right? But anyway, I'm digressing. The second thing that she said, I had to actually rewind because I thought that was hilarious. She said, "Who is Umtagati?" And no, she said, "Do you know Tagati?" And Shadrach Sibi is like, "Yes." Wait, am I listening to this conversation well? I had to go and rewind because I said, "Wait, are we now talking about Tagati's like broomstick? Like what is going on? Is this the Malanga Commission or are we on an Instagram live?" And then apparently Shadrach Sevilla and Sergeant Nkosi. Witness F. He used to be Witness F once upon a time, but they just dropped that whole nonsense as if nobody knew who Witness F was. Like, what was that all about? Let's talk about that ridiculous moment where they insisted on calling him Witness F and then they put him in camera. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been knowing about Fanny. No, not Fanny Masamaula. Fanny Nkosi, the surgeon driving the BMW, according to Dumisani Kumalo, General Dumisani Kumalo, boss of crime intelligence. He was there at the Madlangarism and he beamed it. He put the photo of Sergeant Nkosi arriving at KT Malifa's house. I mean, isn't it quite interesting that police officers, SAPS members, can arrive at a known arrested out on bail helicopters flying over his house as they try to stop the PKTT from arresting the man? But anyway, they still arrested him. One thing about the PKTT, they will arrest you. They will take those devices. They will download the downloadation. And once they do that download, it's over for you. It's game over. So when they got to Katie Malifa's house, they downloaded his CCTV and dun dun. They didn't know what they were going to find. Nobody knew all these things. But this is where, so to all them Gulagojas in the Gulagoja kingdom, come to the front of the room. I'm going to give you tips because I watch a lot of Netflix. Okay. I suggest you guys, first of all, watch Netflix because you guys made a lot of rookie mistakes. So many rookie mistakes. Why are you having a police officer, Sergeant Nkosi, formerly known as Witness F, driving a BMW registered to SAPS into your property and then documenting it? That's where I knew the Gulugudu kingdom is run by people who are not the smartest. We need to outsource our emotional intelligence to them because I don't know if they're clouded by money and then they just think nobody will find. How do you let a police officer drive into your driveway, park his vehicle right in front of your camera? So I'm going to give you a tip, okay? Are you listening? Pull out your pens and papers. I'm going to give you a tip. This is something that I do. It's called know your blind spots, okay? You got to know your blind spots. You've got to know your blind spots. Come on, it's the first rule of the book. Man, I shouldn't be tipping these Muggleos. You got to know where the cameras are at. And you've got to know how to avoid the camera. Oh, come on. So I have cameras around my property, also inside my property. We'll talk about that. Why? Anyway, I have cameras inside. If I need to see anything, like now, I'm in my studio. If I hear, hmm, let's say Uber Eats comes. Yeah, let's use Uber Eats as an example. I can literally see them leave the food where I said leave the food. I can open the door while I'm inside my studio and they need to open and then I watch them on the camera. All this is being recorded. But if I was Mr. Uber Eats, guess what I would do? First things first, know where the camera's at. Make sure I'm not in camera angle. Make sure my face is not caught in the camera. Yes. I once had somebody show up and that was a terrible mguluguj. I gotta give that to them. And they were pretending to be a delivery person. So before I do anything, I will just open the camera and just look what's going on. And I was like, sure. First of all, I never ordered anything. So you can hold that delivery package as much as you want and dream. I'm not opening the door because you am Gulugutu right there. Anyway, I'm digressing. So, how do you drive into Kati Sumalipi's house and the two of you, owner of the house and the policeman? You would think policemen would know the bare minimum. And both of you are chit chatting in front of a camera? Come on. There's got to be a blind spot where you could have done that. You could have gone into that garage. You could have gone into the car. Tumisani Kumalo wouldn't have been the wiser. Instead, Gatsumalifi arrives, hands him the package. He hands the package over. We see the package. We don't see through the package. They walk back together and they look copacetic. Like there's no one who's upset with anyone. These are people who are very familiar with each other enough that one gives the other a white bag of chocolates. So that's how we know Thani Nkosi. And then he comes back to the Madanga Commission with a lawyer, and then he wants to be known as Witness F, and his lawyer's name is Mr. Ngwato, Mr. Ngwato, Mr. Ngwato. I always have to say 3 times because that's how Madanga called him and said, listen, I'm going to call your BS right now because you're BSing. You're I don't want to go into Mr. Nguato because he's a bit much. He's too much. He's too much. Okay. But anyway, and then that's where the Madlanga Commission made a mistake, and now they're paying the price of their mistake. They allowed Witness F to say that he needs to go to the doctor. They allowed him to be in camera, and then he's gone with the wind. And then Shadrick Sibiya came into the building and said, you know what? Witness Neff hasn't finished his testimony, and I don't want to be testifying going left. Meanwhile, he's going to come back and go right. So let's just stop this whole thing. I don't want to talk about anything to do with him. And Madlanga Commission said, this is not your mother's house. Okay. You don't come to the commission and tell us what to do. The commission calls you and you take several seats, okay? From where you're sitting, Shadrick Sibiya, you just sit and you open the files. Did anybody else notice that Shadrick Sibiya had so many files? Oh my goodness, it was overwhelming. And then Witness F, no, Shadrick Sibiya, they started that whole Witness F, Witness Shadrick Sibiya is like, forget that Witness F. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's Nkosi. Yeah, that's his ice boy. So that's how the name got dropped and he suddenly became himself and they stopped using the phrase Witness F. So that's what happened over there at the Malangarism. Wow. Let's go back to George Baloyi. Let's go back to George Baloyi. That was a huge digression. Shout out to George Baloyi, Advocate George Baloyi of the SENZO MEYIWA trial. Thank you so much for watching Mzansi Unfiltered because I heard you and I heard you loud and clear. Oh no, we're digressing. Oh, shout out George. You made me so proud. You made me feel seen. Okay, back to the comment section. Da. Thank you to our channel members. The sound is clear. I'm so proud of myself that I figured that out. I was out here thinking I'm going to have to buy a Shure mic that's going to cost me thousands, and I don't even have an Impala. How are we going to do this? Then you digress, my queen. Yes. I surely did digress. Drop a 5 in the comment section if you are on our email list and you got the email that said we are live. And then you clicked it and then you landed in the live and you said, man, this is better than YouTube notifications. It really does get delivered. So if you're still not on our newsletter list, what are you waiting for? I, I'm here to tell you it is absolutely free. Absolutely free. Did you guys know that? It's absolutely free. I'm going to drop it in the chat. If you haven't already become a member on our newsletter list, I am going to add it right here. Give me one quick second. The usual. Dun da da da. Let me find myself. I clicked the wrong link. I think we're here. Connecting. Are we in business? Yes, we are. Perfect. I see you. Okay. So give me a quick second. Hello, family from the US of A. Hi. How are you? I'm so excited to see you. Okay, where's my phone? Give me one second. Let me type the link. Please talk amongst yourselves in the comment section. Let me type this link because multitasking, And then I'm going to pin it, and then it's just going to be there the entire time we're chatting. Dude. What? Why did it do that? One quick second. There we go. There is my link. Let me pin it. Boom. Done. That's simple. It was that simple. Okay, perfect. I'm back. I'm all yours. Maga Sandra says she's party within inside. Please don't forget to hit the like button. I absolutely appreciate it when you do. It's the end of the month, okay? It's the last day of the month. Surely you can give me a like. If you've been holding out with the likes all month, you can make it. On the last day, it is absolutely free to like this live stream. I feel oppressed. One thing about Shadrick Sibiya, he's got so many quotable quotes now. I've lost track. He's amazing. From where I'm sitting. That one for me was the most hilarious. Do not publish. He is a private person. He doesn't bother people. What are we talking about? Which part? Which part? I don't know which part. Chair, all I'm pleading for is that the commission takes time to go through my statement. Oh, I haven't even got to her. Oh, she looks like there's so much drama with the clips I've seen. I don't know. I still have to catch up with the main stars, the stars of the show. We are digressing. That's right. That's right. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Dun da da da. I knew that Undanzi had it in him to fight for his life. And you know what? I salute you. I salute you. You know what? I salute you because I didn't. I didn't see it. No. I didn't see Ntanzi going this far. Okay, I didn't see it. I'm going to admit. Okay, I did not see it. I wasn't convinced. But let me tell you something. He convinced me immediately. Not Senzo Mkunu's immediately. No, he came up with the immediately like I'm tired. I'm done. I'm a minor. I love how he doesn't speak of himself in the past tense. Have you guys also noticed that? He doesn't say I used to work at the mine. He says I'm a minor. Even if I go back today, my employee number will still work. Even if I go to another mine, that number will still work. And I just thought, wow, he has really conditioned himself. And I truly, truly hope that justice will be served and that especially after this week. So some of the things that happened this week that we saw, let me find my buddy. Let me find my guy. Him. Yep. That's him. Flexible prosecutor. I blame Paula Sullivan for this. The flexible prosecutor advocate George Baloyi, he had such audacity all week, and I wonder where he was buying it because wherever he was buying it, it was on absolute sale at the lowest possible price because he was blue ticking Danzi every chance he got. Anytime Danzi did an on goal, Advocate George Baloyi just didn't know how to get out of it. He would just move to the next sentence, which I love because it's on the record. On the record is on the record. And guess what? The record will speak for itself. That's right. The record shall speak for itself. So, one of the things that Untanzi said was, what? Wait a minute. What is this flying saucer? 3G flying saucer. What? Where is flying 3G saucer? Then Advocate George Baloyi, chest out, says, oh no, it's a well known location. It's a fact. And he says where it is. Then you say to yourself, that doesn't sound like it's anywhere near a prison. Definitely doesn't sound like it's near a police detention cell. George Baloyi, did you bring evidence that buries the state's case? Did you not fact check yourself? I wish that I would have time and take all these no. I think Pinky Darling, Pinky Dearest, Pinky Van Dillingham, she can do this work because I think she's got the buttons that will do it. So first of all, pull up all the Vodacom towers. Okay? I don't know. Let's say they're 1,000. And then she's going to punch in a search term that's going to say Vodacom towers that are reflected in this record, these downloads that Advocate George Baloyi, these 1,000 plus records that Advocate George Baloyi has to read through. After he tried to tell my lord that no, it's not necessary to read these through. And the defense said, you must read it one by one. And he said, no, we've got to save time. I'm trying to save time. And the minister said, one by one, read it. I want to hear what Ntanzi has to say. And then my lord starts shaking his head, bouncing from side to side. And he says, oh, all he's going to say, I wasn't there. I didn't have the phone. I didn't have the phone. I didn't have the phone. And Nisi says, yeah, he better start saying it. If it has to be a chorus, he better start singing. But guess what then happened? As George Baloyi read those records, Ntanzi evolved from, I don't know, I didn't have my phone, to, wait, what tower is that? What does PTA mean? Where is 3G flying saucer? How close is that to the police station? Wait, I never left the police station on that day. Anyway, my Bena had my phone. I heard it ringing in his car the other day. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And George Baloyi wouldn't give up. All this in the name of proving Tanzi was out there, please calling him Giaco. Giaco, come to the front of the room. Why did you not call back your client? Surely. You know you're a creature of instructions. Surely, if he please calls you, why aren't you calling him back? The man had to keep please calling you, please calling and buying airtime, and you never respond. What kind of an advocate are you? When are you coming into You know what? I think Njiako just needs to skip the SENZO MEYIWA trial and go straight there, Malangarism. That's where he needs to be. Here at the SENZO MEYIWA trial, they'll lay him a bed of roses, they'll make him a cup of tea, he gets to come in, he'll wear his zazas, he'll just talk endlessly. But there by the Malanga Commission, ask Shadrick Sibiya. He Shadrick Sibiya thought when he arrived at the Malanga Commission, he was arriving at his mother's house. He thought he was arriving at his mother's house with groceries. I put it to you. Okay, can you at least agree that this, Umtagati? No, I don't really know him. So if you don't know him, your WhatsApp message doesn't say I don't know him. It says I would also like to meet Umtagati and the others. Right? Can you at least agree? And then he'll go on a 10-minute argument before he finally says, I agree. You just gotta love the Madlangarism effect. Like that needs to be a verb. The Madlanga Commission, top notch over there. When the president said, I am picking the Madlanga Commission and I am putting retired, I think those three, ah, chef's kiss. They work so well together. Oh my goodness, that link is wrong. Sorry, let me type it correctly. See, this is what happens when you multitask. Da 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 da. Why did I type that? Why did I type that? That is so weird. Let's try this. Why did you guys tell me the link is not linking? Oh, because you didn't click it. Let me do it again. There we go. No. Let me make sure I am doing this correctly this time. No typos. Boom. Replace pin. Perfect. We have the right pin in the pin department. Okay, perfect. So let me just delete this one so we don't get confused. Delete. Okay, so that is the Milangarism. I wonder how Shadrick left. I wonder if he's doing well. I wonder. Do you know this? I still have to do a video on it because there's something Shadrick Sibiya said and nobody picked up on it. And I'm like, why did nobody hear him? He said something so important. But anyway, so let me see. Let me see. Where do I want to start? I have said so much. What a week. It's this week. This week, let's say it together. There was Untanzi, okay, scoring goals for his own defense. And then my favorite line that he said is, I have a lawyer. He's coming. Mhm. This is the same man who's saying, I don't know Mjiago like that. Then when Baloyi is acting brand new and blue ticking Ntanzi saying, don't worry, we're about to discuss it. We're going to break it down with Ramosepele'S. He's coming back to re-examine me. We'll break it down. We'll put it back properly on the record. Don't worry about it, Georgie. Don't. It's okay. Keep going with your 1,000 records. Whatever you throw at me, I'm throwing it right back at you. So there was Ntanzi. Then there was Brown Mokhotsi, who decided to show up with his matric dance look. Then there was Paul O'Sullivan, who wanted to drive off into the sun because he had a flight to catch and then he missed the flight and then he didn't. Like, wait a damn minute, sir. You left the ad hoc committee. You said you had a plane to catch. You left the building. And then you claim you didn't make it to the plane. And then you did an interview? Make it make sense. How? So you could have gone back. If you had time to do an interview, you could have gone back to the ad hoc committee and said, oh, the plane is left anyway. I might as well continue. What were you saying? No? Do you guys think you should have gone back? Then there was, of course, Shadrick Sibiya, who owned most of the week. And then the guest appearance with the Impalas. May their souls rest in peace. Justice for the Impalas, you know? And then um who else was there? Oh, General Padlane. He was back like he never left. And then there was who else was there? I'm forgetting somebody who came just for the day. And then Malanga gave them the day off because they were sick. Who was it? Who was the sick person at the Madlanga Commission who got the day off and the doctor's note didn't make sense and Madlanga said, no, we're not doing this anymore. The doctor must come and tell us what is wrong with people moving forward. I can't remember who that is. Anyway, and then there was Chris Mangana. Shout out to Chris Mangana. You will forever be famous. No, not for Oscar Pistorius. We've even forgotten about that. For your own self, your inconsistencies, your mgulugudu tendencies. Yeah, we'll answer that call later. But did you guys catch Chris Mangana? Anyway, I think let's do 10 minutes of everyone. I don't know how we're even going to do this. Let's do a consolidated live touch on everybody right there, right there. Let's start with none other than, of course, George Baloyi, Advocate George Baloyi. Mzansi Unfiltered is live, good people. Hi, Javu. Thank you. Thank you. Animal Farm King. It is an animal farm. He said that he's got sheep, goats, chickens, and then he's got impalas, but he doesn't know if it's impalas because there's many types of impalas. I didn't know this. I found that out. See, the Madlanga Commission is also National Geographic. I never thought I'd subscribe to National Geographic to understand what is going on in the animal kingdom, but Shadrick Sibiya found out that his gift was not the everlasting gift. And then he's like, you can't even sell these things and you can't even eat them. And then they're dying. And then I'm spending 12,000 rands on them. And they're so expensive. What? Anyway, I don't want to go into there's something I really want to say, but I think I'll say it only in the membership side. Okay, I'm gonna do a member only video because that's a safe space. I can say it over there. I don't want to be misquoted on the internet, and I don't want Shadrick coming after me. Anyway, that's the Animal Farm, guys. Georgie's never going to withdraw the case. I don't know if it has anything to do with what Advocate therefore said. I can't prove it, but there's got to be a behind the scenes motive. There's got to be a motive why the SENZO MEYIWA. Has anyone ever noticed? The SENZO MEYIWA trial is no longer about SENZO MEYIWA. Did you guys notice? The whole week, the SENZO MEYIWA trial was about Ntanzi and Mchiako. And the fact that Ntanzi had his cell phone. But then the cold storage unit, they didn't take his cell phone from him when he was arrested. And then they were just driving around with him and he had his cell phone and his hands were handcuffed and he just kept phoning. Like, think about it. Think of your hands handcuffed and then unlocking your phone with a pattern in a police car. Strange business. I didn't finish my thought about a Pinky Van Thillingham and her towers. And then that system over there at Vodacom has to show us all the towers that are mentioned in George Baloyi's records and how close those towers are to every police station that Ntanzi was detained at. Especially, let's not forget that he was detained from the 16th of June, 2020, kept illegally all this time, all these months. Correctional services, you are keeping him under what? Because he did not have, just in case you don't know. So when you're arrested, you go to court. You're supposed to appear in court within 48 hours. And the reason for that is your warrant of arrest is able to detain you for 48 hours. After those 48 hours, for them to continue to detain you, the magistrate adds a new document. I don't know, it's called a J something that extends that J50. And they're consistent every time you show up in court. Even it happens in the SENZO MEYIWA trial. Every day that they show up in court, the detainees, the accused, the judge has to write that, yeah, they were in court, and then they're going back to Hosimampuru, for example. And then if they can't go back to Hosimampuru, then he says, okay, today they're going to go to, I don't know, Pretoria prison, Valeria prison, jail, police station. That is all because they have to trace the person. I don't want to say they're the property of the state, but that's the best way I can say it really fast. And then that just simply says where they are. It it just simply says where they are, where they've gone, and that's that's how the cookie crumbles. So Untanzi was kept under what document? From the 16th of June, 2020, all the way until the 26th of October, 2020. Does that make sense? That's many, many months. Like it's like June, July, August, September, October for 4 months. That's beyond 48 hours. That's 48 hours 10x multiple times before he finally made his first appearance in front of a arrogant magistrate. No pun intended. Does that make sense? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But let me go ahead. Let's do 10 minutes, Georgie, over here, recapping George. Let me see, which part do I want to recap with him? And then we'll do 10 minutes, Shadrick, Sibiya. We'll do everybody 10 minutes. Everybody gets 10 minutes, okay? It's going to be a 10-minute, 10-minute, 10-minute day. Then that's going to summarize the whole week in one video, right? Are we in agreement? Drop a 10 if you agree. Okay, should we do 10 minutes or should we do 5 minutes? What do you prefer? With Paul Sullivan, I think we can just go to the part where he walks out. He didn't know that this day's gonna come. No, they thought they were all invincible. Really, Cecile? I didn't know you were in Namibia. How have I never realized that? I do apologize if you've told me that before in the comment section. But hell, Namibia. I always get Namibia comments and I absolutely love them. Thank you so much for the support. Boo, 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 boo. I get a lot of Namibia. I get a lot of Botswana. Yeah, those are two peak neighboring countries that I get. I did get Zambia on Friday, Zimbabwe. I get. Do you want to know what's strange? I did videos on Mugabe. What's his son's name? Ballerina. I can't remember his name. Okay, but I know it rhymes with ballerina. Ballerina Mugabe being arrested. I did a video on that. Crickets. And I was like, I thought I had people from Zimbabwe who watch my channel. But anyway, so I do get and then I definitely get Eswatini. Shout out to Eswatini. And I definitely get a KZN. I know KZN is not a country, but blame Shadrick Sibiya. Okay. Blame Shadrick Sibiya. Um Isaac, hi. Hey, family, I confirm my appearance on behalf of Advocate Baloyi. He needs me on pro bono. Advocate Baloyi needs all the help he can get because I think the problem with the good doctor is, like academics. Okay. No offense to any academics. My commentary is based strictly on this academic. Academics, they live in books. They don't have the street smart je ne sais quoi. They don't have it. They don't have that thing for street smart. I mean, he's never been to prison. So what can the man tell us? That's why he's putting towers that are not near police stations. That's why that is happening. Anyway, we also have hello. But see, I just told you guys. I told you guys, Botswana does not disappoint. Crawling inside Pagati, the Impala. That is so hilarious. Hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. Please ask the prosecutor too, and then your sentence just dies like an impala on Shadrick Sibiya's plot. What happened? What happened to the rest of the sentence, Lonke? You leaving us hanging on the cliff. Good evening. Nonkosi. Okay. Okay, Lonke came back. She came back to resuscitate. Please ask the prosecutor to like, to comment, to subscribe, to join and take grace. I love it. Georgie, you heard that loud and clear from members of Abondava. Hit that like button. I know you like it. The commissioners are so patient. Lord have mercy. The HOD lady was just a wow. The commissioners, guys, that's a good threesome. And no, I don't mean threesome in the other sense. I mean the fact that they're three. And they gel so well together and they finish each other's sentences. It's so beautiful. If only they could come to the SENZO MEYIWA trial. It's only just a couple of blocks away, just for the day. Just for impact. Just for good measure. Mr. I digress. I saw him. He made me so proud. Da 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 da. It was the alien intervention on that 3G flying saucer tower. I couldn't help it, okay? That was the only thing that made sense. That, oh, the aliens got the phone. I confirm my appearance on behalf of Avandaba, my lord. Welcome, Pegisisa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The so-called black excellence. There's no black excellence. You have Bantu who never loses a case. I guess these days are gone because Ntanzi is on fire. Ntanzi is showing that we've got Mr. Black Excellent, but Ntanzi says, I'm an educated black man. That's right. We've got black on black, and it's fire. Funda, 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 Tembi. Yes, you must read it. All one, I was like, Nisipra, how could you do this to us? How could you do this to us? How could you make him read the record? But then you see the method to the madness. Then you see it, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I did notice a lot of people stopped watching and they went over to the Malangarisms and all the other places. Like we were spread so thin across all these extracurricular shows. Do you guys realize they will all end before the SENZO MEYIWA trial ends? Do you guys realize that? How unfair that is? They all came and found us here on these Beyonce streets, and they're all gonna wrap up and go. Very sad. Anyway, Mlamba Designs is here and she says, call the men in black. That's right. Here comes the men in black. I don't remember the rest of the song. That's from many years ago. You're so funny. Thank you for that laugh. Ruth says, I loved how he tried to shut up on Tanzi when he spoke about the pattern that he gave to Umabena. Mr. I digress. He knew that he was being buried. Buried. He buried him big time. He said goodbye. I'm burying you 24 feet? No, we're going 48 feet down because you never gave me my 48 hours court appearance. Time for payback. They say payback is a beep. Are the kids in bed? Can we finally use adult language? No. Okay, no. We're a family friendly channel. I'm Gulugutu inside them Gulugutuness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Paul and his aircraft. I really want to say something, but okay, fine. I'll say this. I'll say this and then I'll clip it out later. If you didn't catch the live after this, I'm gonna clip this part out. You're gonna miss it, and then I'm just gonna put it over there. And the members only. It's members only. Woo! Tonight. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna say this slowly, okay, so that I cannot be misheard. I don't know how I remember all these phrases, guys. I think I need a whole book of all these phrases. And Shadrick Sibiya has made it so worse because he has come with 700 all on his own. Um, Paul O'Sullivan stands up from his chair. Actually, you know what? Let's watch it together. I need you guys to see this. I need you guys to understand why, for me, this is the Paul O'Sullivan? Come on, guys. This is the Paul O'Sullivan? No, it's not him. Really? This is Paul O'Sullivan? Okay, let me find it. Da, 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 da. Oh, I hate that it's buffering. Is it buffering? Why are we on Patlane? Come on, come on. Come through, Paul. Come through, Paul. Paulie. It's here because then she's. There we go. Do you see it? This is the moment. Is it buffering? Give it a second. It's going to come right back. Oh no, you guys couldn't see? Wait, I'm gonna put it back. Something happened. Because it is here. It's just buffering because I rewinded. Oh, behave yourself. Where 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 are the dockets? Where are the 141 dockets? Okay, let me just bring it back. Stop sharing. Share. So you guys have to see the walk. I don't know if we're gonna call it the walk of shame, but it was a walk. One thing I can tell you, it was a walk. And then I said, that's Paul O'Sullivan? For real, for real? Okay, we're back. Guess who's back? Ooh, back again. Back again. I'm just waiting for it so that it doesn't buffer when I hit the play. Give it like 2 seconds. Let me just quickly scan through the chat. And this commentary is inspired by this comment, okay? So don't blame me. I'm just responding to a comment and then it jogged my memory on my thought process. So, okay, just remember this comment. It says, so Paul missed his aircraft. Those who don't watch the Ad Hoc Committee, Paul O'Sullivan, a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whenever he was there, after saying he wasn't coming, then he suddenly came because he just didn't want to be summoned. He decided to come voluntarily. Inside the Ad Hoc Committee, he decided to disclose that he owns an aircraft and a private jet. Mhm. Paul has a private jet. And then he also disclosed that he can fly the private jet himself. He's a pilot. And then I remember Julius Malema saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Talk is cheap. Prove it. You must prove it. Bring your qualifications and dun dun. And it's like, no, I got my license right here. And Julius Malema, I don't know what he knows about pilots and their licenses. And Julius Malema said, nope, I don't want your license because, Guru just get licenses every day. We want the one that shows how many hours you did and don't do any blah, blah, blah. Okay. And well, that kind of trickled down because Paul O'Sullivan didn't bring any proof. I don't know if he later did because I didn't follow Paul O'Sullivan like that. Shocking. Bottom line is he said he has an aircraft, and guess who he was in that plane with? I'll give you a hint. He's the watching brief for the SENZO MEYIWA trial. The Meyiwa family, the real watching brief. Like we are the members of the public jury watching brief. No, but he's like the real watching brief. Even though we've never seen him watching briefing. Where is he doing his watching briefing? Anyway, none of my business. And he's also part of AfriForum. AfriForum, the ones that went to America and told Donald Trump that it's bad. South Africa. Strange things are happening in South Africa. But anyway, that guy. You remember him? I don't want to say his name. Him. Yeah. Paul O'Sullivan said they fly together in his aircraft. Whoa. That's how the aircraft conversation came up. So guess what? Yesterday or this week, whenever he was there at the Ad Hoc Committee, he said, listen, I told you guys, I've been telling you since I started that I'm going to leave at 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. Stop asking me questions. I want to go. Why are you still talking to me? I've got to go. And then he said he had a flight to catch. And everybody's like, but you got an aircraft. Why can't the aircraft be aircrafting yourself? You can change the time. That's not how it works. In the aircraft land, it doesn't work. Like you can't just park your car and say, you can't just park your aircraft and be like, I don't have an aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get that clear. But I do understand the airline world. airspaces, you need clearance to take off, clearance to land. I'll give you an example. I show speed, whatever his name is, he had to fly to Namibia in a private jet. And Namibia said, who you at? You don't have clearance. Okay, no clearance, no landing, basically. So you can't just move your aircraft like you're moving your car, basically. So then he walks out of Parliament. So let's watch that moment. That this is where we're at. Okay, I had to do that intro, and then now let's watch this together as a family. Shout out to Paul O'Sullivan, author of Stop Me If You Can. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let me hit the play button. Oh, come on.
Years experience within the police. What comment do you have to that in terms of specifically these international crime syndicates?
Well, of course, and I have to leave now when I've answered this question. International crime syndicate has aspects, the availability of multiple passports. In South Africa today, you probably have at least 1 million people who have passports. It doesn't make them all to have committed, because absolutely I have not been involved in any crime syndicates of any nature whatsoever. And that unfortunately is I have read now.
Chair, he cannot be allowed. He's doing the same thing with Baloyi. You can't live here. We are hearing this before us.
Unfortunately, I made it
We don't
clear.
care about your flight.
Thank you.
You're not being released here. You must be arrested. We'll open a case now.
Pardon?
We'll open a case
No.
now. This man is allowed to go out of this country.
I did not come here on the summons. I came here of my own free will. And I'm
Mr.
The question that I had for him is,
Mr. O'Sullivan.
he wanted, it's
I'm sorry, first of all, that it was buffering. Okay. But you see why we got to get more technology. But I don't know why it buffers. It hasn't buffered in a while, but today it decided to buffer. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Paul O'Sullivan walking out. This is the man. No, let me go to the part where I was like, is that Paul O'Sullivan? See, when you see someone on the internet and all they ever do is just talk, right? It's very surprising. This is the part I want us to be staring at. One second.
pardon.
We'll open a case now. This man must not be allowed to go.
I like how the
I did
cameraman
not
was
come here on
ready.
the summons. I came here of my own
Watch
free
him
will,
walk.
and I'm leaving it.
I said, wow. See, when he does his interviews, you sit it down, right? You don't get to see him. I said, he's an old man. He's a frail old man. And you can even see from the walk. I felt sorry for him. Do you guys see how he's walking? He's not really like walking like how he sounds, like chest out, 1, 2, let's go, let's go. No, he looked like a frail old man. I kind of felt sorry for him.
he can go.
He's holding his bag. I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm like, this is Paul O'Sullivan? I thought he was taller.
Mr.
I thought he had a walk of like, I've got an aircraft. I'm walking out of here. I'm walking to my plane. Left, right, left, right, left, right. No. He looks like a human
Mr.
being.
O'Sullivan.
Question that I have for
Look at Honorable Skosana and how much taller than him he is. At this moment, I said, Skosana, don't touch the man. Don't touch him because no. Oh, I didn't realize that Malema was right there. Do you guys see him? He's literally sitting at the door. Oh my God. I wonder what lens this is. All these lenses. Oh, Sullivan. This is, he should change his book cover. This is the perfect shot. Stop me if you can. This is it right here. The man predicted his future.
him is
Mr. O'Sullivan.
he wanted it's
Mi-
no Jay,
Mr. O'Sullivan. Mr. O'Sullivan.
I told him. It's fine. Jay, it's fine.
That is Paula Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen. Drop a 6 in the comment section. Let me know if you got to watch it live. Because what a wow. What a wow. What a wow. A whole Paul O'Sullivan right there. In the building, in the mix. Oh, hello. Hi, Winnie. It seems to me that South Africa have not recognized Senzo Meyiwa as a great figure. No, they have not. Louder. Edward, louder. And not just South Africa. I think that the powers that be, they didn't care about him. They don't care about him. They don't care about his justice. They don't care about the case. The real culprits, oh, those are the real puppet masters. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. Now you're gonna get me emotional because this is upsetting, and I hate to say it. Do I want to say it? Let me see if I can say it in a very acceptable manner, and we can sleep well at night. I think his family's being taken advantage of. Yeah, I think that's the simplest way I can put it. And it's this comment right here nailed it. It seems to me that South Africa have not recognized Senzo Meyiwa as a great figure. The police must stop saying that it's a high-profile case while the case is handled like Senzo was a nobody. Mhm. Every case deserves justice, and every case deserves to be handled with white gloves. But let's be real. Let's be real for a second. High-profile cases are handled with high profileness. That's just how the world works. We might not like it, we might not agree. Nobody cases don't get the same attention. Why have you seen Criselda Lewis at any nobody Joe Blow court case? They don't go there because they're nobodies. They go to the high profile cases. And it's very sad what has been going on for the Meyiwa family. Very, 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 very sad. Unfair, unjust. One would be tempted to say that SAPS and the NPA must stop saying that it's a census case. It's a high profile case. They will always why can't I read? Let me try this one. One would be tempted to say that the SAPS and the NPA must stop saying that it's a Senzo's case, or that Senzo's case is a high profile case, while the way they handle everything is like Meyiwa was a nobody. It really hurts. It really, really does hurt a lot. So, let's listen to Patlane shall we? Let's go over to Pahlane, over at the same ad hoc committee. After Paul O'Sullivan walked out, oh, this is the point I wanted to make. After Paul O'Sullivan walked out, we don't see it on this camera, but a different channel, I'm going to search for it and beam it. They show Paul O'Sullivan and Skosana because Skosana just couldn't believe it. He wasn't letting him go. They walk outside, and then Paul O'Sullivan is getting into his own car. And I was like, he's driving himself? Wait, that's the car he's driving? Paul O'Sullivan? That's not exactly what I expected, but okay then. And then he's got an aircraft? Okay. Yeah, I can see why now we need to back it up. We need to prove everything you say. Show it. Show me the man. Show me the paperwork for the aircraft, because that's your car. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying on that topic. The white thug came to tell the ad hoc committee that catch me if you can. Just come. Just came to prove it that catch me. And they couldn't. They're still deliberating what they're going to do. Meanwhile, he's packing. It's probably doing whatever he needs to do to get the hell out of there. Catch me if you can. Isn't that something? Okay, so let's continue to play. Let's get to General Pahlane.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I need to meet.
So do you concede that at the time when you your contract was terminated at AXA, there was no reason for you to believe that Mr. Commissioner Selebi had been the reason why you were terminated? There's also no why you having security. Were you aware of that as at 31 January?
Yes.
Okay.
And I verbalized that, but my lawyers advised me at the time that I wouldn't include it except against Jackie Selebi, which later.
I would now like to take you to one. Well, I've got just two last questions.
The problem is I'm going to miss my flight, and I think we need to wrap now. So I'd be happy to stay till, and I don't really want to stay any longer. So I think we need to. I've been very cooperative. I've come here. I made it clear that I need to leave at 1. I really do need to leave now, Chairman, because what we're going to do is now I'm going to be saddled with the cost of rearranging my flights and everything. And
no, she's just.
Khumalo testified in his statement, which will be made available to you at paragraph 86. He dealt with characteristics of crime syndicate and the membership and of those crime syndicates. I would like to just start at paragraph 84. Hit that. Perhaps I'll go straight to 86. At 86, he said, syndicate made international reach and dual citizenship. He said syndicate may hold basically more than one citizenship in from law enforcement, as well as access to international network and resources. He further said that they are usually run their own businesses, they're entrepreneurs or tenderpreneurs, one of the two in the South African context. Citizenship, and you have multiple passports. What should we make these characteristics in line of the fact that you also have multiple citizenships, you are an entrepreneur, you have managed to, some would say, infiltrate or work with the police force, having had 20 years experience with police. What we have to that in terms of these national crimes?
Well, of course, and I have to leave now. passports. In South Africa today, you probably have at least 1 million people who have multiple passports. That doesn't make them all members of a crime syndicate. If General Kamalo wants to tailor evidence to point in that direction, let him also tailor the evidence showing what crimes it is I'm alleged to have committed. Because absolutely, I have not been involved in any crime syndicates of any nature whatsoever. And that, unfortunately, is that, yeah, I have reached a point now, Chairman, where I have to go.
No, Chair, it's not going to leave. It's not going to leave. She's going to ask a question. It's not, if he leaves here, he's walking out. Not going to leave until you release.
We are appearing before us.
Unfortunately, I made it
We don't
clear.
care about your flight.
Thank you.
You're not released yet. You will be arrested now.
Pardon?
We'll open a case
No.
now. This man must not be allowed to go.
I
Go out of this.
I did not come on the side. Came here of my own free will.
Mr. O'Sullivan. Mr.
He wanted, no, Jay, it's fine. Jay, I think we've dealt the question.
He can't leave. Righteousness.
Yes.
Yes. We are dealing with criminals.
Witness F is sick. He got a sick leave.
It's abroad now.
Honorable Nompan.
No, Chair, I'm saying the Honorable Souls forgot to escort his hero.
You see, when
Oh no.
people disregard scripture,
Oh God.
when we look at the
Here
evidence
we go.
that is done and the sacrifice is made was heroic, and it's my opinion. I will maintain, but he has hope of like of us. Yeah.
From me.
Were you done?
Ladies and gentlemen, your elected officials
Were you done?
left speechless
I had not
by
completed
Paul
the
Sullivan. Stop me
questions.
if you can.
And
And nobody
Mr.
stopped him. Do you understand the irony of all that?
you have observed what happened. So will we get advice on how this matter is taken forward?
Can we consult on that, check and
That's it.
Nobody has an
That's what-
idea what to do. There's no,
Well,
if ever anyone walks up, nobody.
No, Chair, I think we
This is
support that they
embarrassing.
must consult. Just talked out of a parliamentary proceedings after he had been served under oath, so it needs to be considered.
okay.
No, I wanted to say to Honorables, maybe the smallest thing that undermines everything. Many advocates have been session we can take up with him outside this. You cannot say, repeat, this can, undermine the work you are doing. A person still doesn't listen to you, what you are saying. You keep on saying it's a hero. A person cannot be a hero for walking
Louder.
of this type of proceedings without duly being authorized by the chairperson of the proceedings. Such a person is not a hero. He also undermines honorable souls. He must accept honorable souls that he undermines him. He undermines all of us collectively. And we take the input that there will be an advice. And out of that advice, but this guy, the rules of parliament, and the rules are very clear with this kind of conduct, especially in this precinct. Thanks.
Honorable Chair, we must complete my statement. Hero
Oh Lord, why does he talk like this?
Then I addressed him on the breastplate of righteousness being out of place. And that means righteousness. It was the sphere. I'm against the policy. And we hope I stand with us. Been done. It was
I
heroic.
hate this buffering.
I maintain he's a hero with holes. Thank you, Chair.
A disrespectful hero.
That this man is being called the hero here today. He called us criminals. He said we must leave his asses. And he walked out on an uncomfortable Malema said, this man was embroiled with drug cartels. Cartels destroying communities of strong links proven in his state, has lied under oath and said he didn't receive money. And today we hail him as a hero. He is absolutely no hero to me.
No, it's fine. Honorable members, let me do this. I think we heard what Mr. Tejana has said, but I want to.
Chair, I think Mr. Skosana is went to collect our witness.
Yeah.
He's not here.
I want to thank you for, hello, honorable members. I want to thank you for which you restrict because one can provoke emotions. It can provoke emotions and you end up conducting yourself in a manner undesirable. But you were able to restrain yourselves. And I want to thank you so much for that. We will get an advice from the fundamental cases on how the matter will be taken forward. It is true that our witness has walked after the proceedings. He denied us an opportunity to thank him for having come here. He denied us an opportunity to conduct the engagements that we have had with him in a ceremonial and cordial way. With that, we are going to call for a break. Then come back in 14 hours. Team have until 16 hours to conclude the presentation of oral evidence with the next witness.
Thank you, Chair. May well be a lot quicker, depending also on the responses of the witness. Thank you.
Okay. Let's come back at 14 hours, honorable members.
Yes, Chair, I'm told Mrs. Kosana has closed the gate outside.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Yaqhuba usikhosana, yaqhuba.
Stop me if you can. Literally. Okay, so let's go to Patlane. Patlane. I don't really like the color pink. How can I change it? Let's change this real fast, real quick. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of tech while I was listening. You guys know I like the color yellow. Yellow gives me wings. Just like that, we're done. Okay, perfect. Let me check your comments. Let me check your comments. Mic check 1, 2, 3. News for sure is here. Get out. I feel so special. Welcome, 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 welcome. I want Ginza on TV. Let's mute our parliamentarians over there. Wait, why am I hearing? Sorry, guys, I'm hearing feedback. Okay, perfect. I had to mute the parliamentarians over there as they do their walk after letting a whole Paul O'Sullivan walk out on national TV. Stop me if you can. He said, I want to play it out. I want to play out the script. I've been telling you guys about stop me if you can. I'm going to show you what stop me if you can means. You guys are out here arguing about immediately when, immediately how. No, stop me if you can. That's the real argument. That's the real argument right there, worldwide. To testify, and he will come back after him. But the commissioners, they refused Mzansi Unfiltered. Oh, shout out to the commissioners. Paul is a very serial killer. Paul is a very dangerous man. When he was outside having an exchange with Uskosana, he told him to pay his bank loan. Oh, yes, that's the video I'm referring to. The following day, Uskosana was served with summons, which was not a coincidence. I have so much to say about that moment. Again, I have to always just kind of find, what do I really want to say out loud? Despicable me, yeah. Really, I don't think that was witness. I don't think that witness F is sick. They take him away to Sibiya. Remember, Sibiya was pleading with the commissioner saying that witness F must come back. Oh no, it happened live. I actually watched that, so I don't think it was played out. So what happened is, let me recap that really fast. Witness F was, remember you guys, let me do it. Let me do a reenactment. I'm gonna move away from the mic. Move. This was witness F. Can you still hear me? I'm still moving. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I sound so far away because I'm far away. And then, so witness F was here, and then witness F. Do you see the difference in the sound? I'm walking back. To hear the difference in the sound. I'm back on the mic. I'm back on the mic. So witness F, they had gone for lunch. And then witness F came back. They asked him one question, and then moved closer to the mic. And then witness F said, I'm sick. Can I go to the doctor? That's how it literally happened. It wasn't planned. It literally happened that way. The mistake, I repeat, was a mistake. The commissioners, being as fair as they are, said, sure, you can go to the doctor. But can you let's go to the doctor at 4. And it's like, but at 4 the doctors will be closed. Can we finish soon? And then I think they ended up finishing at 1:30 or 2 or something like that to give him time to go to the doctor. And then of course he went to the doctor. Okay. Mr. Ngwato was seated in the hot seat because witness F was wherever he was at a secret location. But Mr. Ngwato wanted to go sit sit with his client, and Madlanga said, "You sit right there. You, you already give him Kulugutu tendency. You sit right there, okay? Sit in the hot seat and don't go anywhere. I'm sure at your law firm, you can possibly send somebody else to go and sit with witness F." Like that was something. That was Madlangarism, okay? That was Madlangarism hitting it hot. But yeah, they missed that moment. Witness F then went to the doctor and never came back. Came back with another doctor's note that said he's so sick. That man who never coughed, who said he thinks he's coming. Anyway, we listen, we don't judge. In my opinion, do I think he was sick that day? I think it's ironic that Witness F started off being the guy who tried to stop the commission, tried to stop coming to the commission, and then that failed. And then from then on, they tried again. There were just too many tries with those guys. There were too many attempts, and then finally it is what it is. It is what it is. Mr. Ngwato. And then Mr. Ngwato had a doctor's procedure that he had to go to, which also the timing was a bit weird. It was weird because he was getting on a plane to do a medical procedure. On a plane, medical procedure. Sir, you need a clearance letter to fly after medical procedure. Don't believe me? Ask the Turkey gang. Okay? No, I've never been to Turkey. And no, I don't have a BBL. But I know. Okay? Personal experience. If you so much as look a little bit taking, you're not getting on that plane. Okay? If you look like a biohazard, you're not getting on that plane. They will not let you board that thing. That thing is not taking off with you. And then he said he had a medical procedure, and then he had a medical procedure on Saturday, and then he would fly back on Sunday afternoon. Huh? What medical procedure is this? COVID test? Because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because they just do, and then they're done, and then yeah, you're fine to go home. What medical test is this? And then he went from medical test. Then we drove. What happened to the flight? You said flight. And then we were all in the car, and then they couldn't call the commissioners. Mr. Ngwata was late to the Madlanga commission and didn't phone in late. Can you believe the audacity? My beef with him is the way he wore his tie. I'm just going to be honest about that. That was the turnoff. Lack of a better term. It was the tie. It was the how do you not know how to wear a tie? Do you know a man in a tie? A serious man in a tie. Anyway, let's not digress. I went to school many decades ago, and I wore a tie to school. And my father would tie my tie for me once a year, and that was it. It was tied. Just because I never committed to wanting to learn how to tie that thing. Then the question is, Mr. Ngwata doesn't know how to tie a tie? Come on, you gotta be kidding me. And then he said the dog ate his homework, and then his phone can't open PDFs, and then they tried to call senior counsel and they couldn't get him, and been calling since Friday. And he had every sentence was an excuse. So that's why I struggle to take him seriously. And they say first impressions last the longest. My first impression of Mr. Ngwato is his tie. And then speaking of his tie, then they went for lunch, and then he came back because he was very arrogant with the commissioners. He was very upset with him because they wouldn't let him go sit with his client. They made him sit in the hot seat. You know which hot seat? The one that Shadrick Sibiya was sitting in. They made him sit there forever and ever and ever, and he wasn't happy about that. And then when he came back from lunch, he just slouched in his chair, and they started. And then the Miss Madlanga commission, Madlanga himself, okay, he said, "Oh, wait, before we continue, Mr. Ngwato, can you put on your jacket?" He had taken off his suit jacket, and he said, "It's so hot. I don't want to wear my suit jacket. Please, chair, please, can I not wear it?" But the entire room, everyone is dressed properly, formally. Mr. Ngwato said, "No, it's too hot." And the chair's like, you know what? I'm done with this man. Whatever makes you comfortable. But that is a sign of disrespect. not following decorum of the Mdlanga Commission. So he was the first man to ever appear and sit in that chair without a jacket on. Shame. Anyway, let's go back to the ad hoc committee. Let me move this all the way to Pahlane. It's going to buffer a bit. We're going to let it. Let's just see how he landed back. I didn't watch this, guys. So we're watching this together. Are we staying up together? I'm watching this anyway. So feel free to hit the like button. Absolutely love it when you do. Welcome. Okay, so let me just give it a few seconds to load itself and it doesn't buffer when we start playing it. Thank you for your comment, Belta. Paul O'Sullivan, stop me if you can. Dun, da, da, da. Oh, let me tell you a story. While we wait for the buffering, let me tell you this funny story. Guys, you know my DMs are open on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. You can send me DMs. I absolutely love it when you guys send me DMs. That's why I respond. But can you also take me seriously when you DM me? Because when you're DMing me, you're calling me to your attention, right? And I'm dedicating that one-on-one time. Hey, imagine Mzansi Unfiltered is giving you that one-on-one time. And then you just gotta mess it up. You gotta mess it up. So I'm gonna tell you the story. He's all over Paul O'Sullivan's book pages and dun. He has a whole chapter in Paul O'Sullivan's book. Should I go get the book? Let me know. Drop a 7 in the comment section if you want me to go get the book. Ad Hoc Committee. Da. Okay, let me tell you the story of my DMs. This is a very recent story. It's fresh, okay? It doesn't qualify for the cold drink unit. It's very hot. I got a DM, possibly, let's say Thursday. Oh, and I see like my DMs are telling me there's a DM. I'm like, oh, let me go check the DM. I go check the DM and there's somebody there. Guys, when you land in the DMs, okay? Keep in mind I'm very busy. So know that if you want to shoot your shot, shoot your shot. Whatever you're shooting, shoot it and shoot it fast. Okay? This DM starts with, and by shoot your shot, I mean, you know, professional shots only. The DM starts with, hi, Mzansi Unfiltered. I was like, oh, you know, that's cute. But can you guys go, hi, Mzansi Unfiltered, A, B, C, D, G, and then J, and then K. And then I read it all in one session, and then we move to, then I respond. And then this thing of hi. How are you? How are you? We're not dating, okay? We're not dating. We're not on a blind date. We're not trying to get to know each other. You know who I am. I don't know who you are. Do you know what I mean? Unless your profile matches your comments in the comment section on YouTube streets, I literally don't know who you are. You guys realize that? Okay, so now that I've told you that part, keep that in mind when you're DMing anyone. Doesn't necessarily have to be me, but it just makes logical sense. So this person goes, hi, Mzansi Unfiltered. It was cute. Okay. I didn't catch any feelings about that. Then they send an emoji. Okay, cool. And I respond. I had time on my hands and I was like, hi. And then they send another thumbs up emoji. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a minute. And then they do their ask. Okay. And then this is what I say. Because their ask is half-hearted. They're not really serious about what they want from me. And they want me to pull it out like it's a root canal. You came to my DMs. Can you launch your missile? Launch it while it's hot. Okay? Then this person says whatever they're saying, which means nothing to me. And then I say, very politely, and so obviously you DM me, I'm going to go check who you are. I arrive, I land there, pa. You're messaging me, and then before you messaged me, you made sure that your profile is locked. Make it make sense. You're asking me for help, but you're locking your profile? How do I know you're a real how do I know you're not an alien on the 3G flying J, flying saucer? Dun. How do I know? I don't know. At least put your presentation properly together. Give me something to work with. Okay, build a fake profile if you have to. Dedicate into it. Give yourself 3 months building your fake profile. You can't ghost a ghost. Okay? I'm the OG ghost. You cannot ghost me. I know what I check for to see if you're an OG, if you're a real person. If you're junk, that's it. We're out. Anyway, then I respond and I say, I don't check my messages often, so please type your full request before I leave the app. Because once I'm gone, guys, once I leave the DMs and I get off Facebook, back on YouTube and I'm working. Might be back on Facebook maybe after an hour, maybe after 6, maybe the next day. I'm not that dedicated to Facebook. So you have me. It's hot. I'm inside your DMs. You're in my DMs. I am there. It's telling you she is online. And you're sending me an emoji. You kidding me right now? Are you serious? Anyway, then the person proceeds to say, okay. Okay. So you're not going to explain what you want from me better. You're just going to say, okay. And then I even say, and your profile is locked. I'm not going to help a locked profile. I'm going to send people your way. They need to find you serious, awake, and ready to work. If I'm going to, like, I respect the Mzansi Unfiltered family so much, I would never spam them. But if I do bring someone to you, it means I've done the background check. I've legitimized everything. Everything is cool, copacetic. I'm not like the ad hoc committee that had a whole guy with multiple criminal records, James Stewart, inside there saying that he's part of Shadrick Sibiya's legal team. Hey, wait a minute. How did he not also go to the Madanga Commission? Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, and then they type and type and type. And then I say, I'm so sorry. I only read English or isiZulu. I don't understand what you don't understand what you're saying. Ladies and gentlemen, may the record reflect the person went nuts. What? Who's in whose DMs here? They started spamming me endlessly with all these emojis. So wait a minute. You message me and I tell you I don't understand what you typed. Can you choose English or isiZulu? Those are your only two options. And then you get upset and they spammed me with over 50 emojis. It's just that I'm not a cruel person. My heart was like, just block this nonsense. Just block, keep it moving. That time it's Facebook DMs. Do you know where I like to play this game? I like to, if you want to send me 50 emojis, send them there on YouTube. Okay? Send them on YouTube because I'm paid. And it's you're putting engagement. I'm not going to go back and forth with you in the DMs of Facebook. Get out of here. And that was it. So basically, the moral of the story is the level of self entitlement. I I could be one of those people who doesn't respond to DMs, but I'm not. That's not my brand. I do respond. But can you please also respect me and respect my time? That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're just gonna ruin it for everybody, and then I won't respond to anybody. And then there'll be people with real requests. There are people with real requests that come to my DMs. So I don't want to close off the DM section. Anyway, Patlane should have finished brewing by now. Let's go check out Patlane. Um, good morning, Alf. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. 7. Thank you, Alf. I see a super thanks. Oh, thank you, thank you. We're starting the month strong. We're starting the month strong. We're starting the month strong with the super thanks, super chat, super Donny. Thank you. I love it so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. News for sure says Witness F is scared. Come on and tell us about it. I haven't talked to News for sure. Are you still there? If you're still there, please come and let's chat. Let me drop a link. Where's my link? Hmm. Hmm. No. Your new welcome page. What is that? Just leave me alone. Copy. I have no idea what they're talking about, but dude, how do I always mess up the paste? Thank you, Alf, so much. Paste. Jabs, if you're still in the building. On Jabs, guys, Pat, please come through. Let's have a late night chit chat and tell us why you think witness F, Fanny, not Fanny Masamola, Fanny Nkosi, the chocolate carrier. Why do you think he's scared? Do you think he'll be a member of the underground gang? Do you think he'll be? You think so? Let me know. I do I think he's scared? I think he's in hot soup. I don't know that he can still go biking and on the boats and all the things. I think his life has just changed. He's a hot dog, that one. Okay, let me be serious. Good to see News for sure in the field. Yes, it is. Oh, protocol observed. That's right. Come through, protocol holder. Oh my gosh, another super thanks, super sticker. Okay, Landolozi says, inside parity within, I confirm my appearance for the Know Nothings South Coast region. It's always lovely to listen to the beautiful voice lady, especially after today's derby. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Alf says 7. We've got a super thanks, super thanks, super thanks. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Where's the super thanks gang? What happened to my super thanks? Here it is. It's trying to hide, but I don't allow super thanks to hide. Hi, Lonke. Thank you so much for my super thanks. Ooh, I feel so inspired to keep going. We can keep going. We've got more time. Okay. Thank you for sponsoring the channel, Alpha and Lonke. Thank you for sponsoring the live stream. Look who's now revitalized. Look who the energy has come back. I'm awake now. I'm inside parity within. We can do this. We can do another hour. Should we do another hour? We've got so many Mkulugutus. Oh, no, not Mkulugutus. We've got so many guests of the commissions. Yes, let's call them guests of the commissions to cover. Hello, the voice behind the mic. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon. Moloeni, how you doing? You can also come live. Click the link, guys. Click the link if you want to come chat. If you want to come say hi, you're welcome to click the link. It's a very informal live today. We're going informal, okay? Paul only has I can't with you guys. Paul, this is a message from our live stream sponsor, Olonke, and she says Paul only has aircraft quantifications, not qualifications. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, forget about it. Okay. Inside parity within. Hello. Thank you so much. This is so nice. Okay. So Patlana is finished brewing. Let me just go back to him and make sure that we're not buffering. I think we'll be fine. I think he's gonna behave. Because it's buffering now again. Let me just pause it for another second. Ugh! Hate it. Why is it buffering, guys? I didn't have buffers anymore. Okay, so let me let Patlane brew. Let's go to. Guess who we're going to? I'm already laughing. I am already laughing, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, what a disaster. The man himself. What are you talking about? Let's just pause Mr. Brown for a second with his white tuxedo. Dun dunny, and welcome our guest. Hi, Mr. Mass. How you doing? You're welcome to unmic.
Hi,
It's
how are
been a
you?
minute since you've been here. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Great to hear your voice. Mic with the voice. Or is it voice with the mic?
The voice with the mic behind the mic.
Voice behind the mic. Good evening. When is our next show?
You're talking about 8FM.
Okay, perfect. All right, come on.
It will be
Let us know.
tomorrow.
You can introduce yourself briefly to our guests, plug your channel, plug your station, and let me know what commentary you have for us today. We are an open open basket today, whichever commission you've been following, or the Senzo Meyiwa trial?
You know, I'm always on Senzo Meyiwa. Yeah, it's always Senzo Meyiwa.
Bongani
There are
Ntanzi,
things
tell us, what is your
that
opinion on Georgie this week? How did he do?
I always ask myself whether he think what he's doing it's normal, or he's playing dumb, or I don't know. I don't know what to think of him and his crew, especially the presiding officer and the good doctor, because I think this week they were badly exposed. And I think Advocate Munisi and Ramosepele'S, what they did this week by saying he must read
Can't be
all the
undone.
record. What they were saying he must read all the phone records. I think they were deliberate on that, because I think they saw everything, and they can see that this is cooking. They wanted to Ntanzi to expose him, so that when re-examination comes,
The
he will
judge
be
can shut them down.
exposed. And yeah, and the president, I don't call that man judge. It's far from being a judge.
So you're very selective with your words, because I noticed since you got in, you said presiding officer. I had to do 1
Yeah.
+ 1 = 2. Who's the presiding officer? Okay. Yeah. We've got the flexible prosecutor, we've got the good doctor, and we've got the Zaza presiding officer. Come through.
and I don't know if you've noticed, he's wearing D-mask now. It's not.
Yes,
He's no
I
longer
have
wearing
noticed.
those transparent spectacles where he can communicate with Baloyi
Georgie
through his eyes. But now he's hiding himself, especially after he was called to order by Ramosepele'S when he was saying you are intimidating the witness. Then after that
and he had to apologize to Ntanzi. You're right, because he didn't have them on Monday. So when did he go and change? You're right.
So now he's hiding.
You know, the first day I thought he went for lunch and he forgot to change.
Now he's hiding his face. He's hiding his face behind those spectacles. So I think that was a good strategy. And if I don't know if you've noticed, Ntanzi is just pointing all the goes. Then even if he's asked a question, he'll say, "No, but I'm seeing my mother's number here." My mother was my mother in Pretoria, PTA, and he's playing dumb. Yeah, he's playing dumb. PTA University. I don't think he doesn't know that PTA is Pretoria. And when he was saying, "Can you give me a name of prison where I was," where they were talking about 3G sources or something like that via N1.
3G flying saucer.
Yeah, but flying saucer. Yeah, so I think that was a good strategy from the defense. I even saw your favorite advocate when she was saying you must read time, date, and the call because she knew that it's not gonna make
No, no, no,
sense.
no, no. Shololo was very unfair. She said, read it into the record and please make sure you put the time and the date and the tower. And then she checks out and goes to her other cases and leaves us standing. And then she goes. She's gone. We're now listening to Georgie and his towers. And my lord is
Now,
not coming to save him. It's so sad to watch.
no, that was a strategy because if you check, he was reading, please call me, please call me, please call me, please call me, and then he came and read the calls from Tiago, and then he came and read the recharges, and if you check the time, it means Ntanzi was doing a police call and doing recharging and making call while Mjiago is calling back and switching off. So it doesn't make sense. So they wanted the man who did that was to read it into the record so that they can come and ask, how possible is that? So I think wherever he is, he because he didn't want to read them. He wanted to do what they did with what Sibanda did during their case when they will say, okay, we admit everything, and then so continue with other things. So now they've seen that that was a blunder. So he needs to read everything, and they saw the loopholes. And now Ntanzi is exposing him left and right and center. So I don't know Team State, where are they now? I don't know where are
They're
they.
48 feet deep.
They are what?
They're 48 feet under.
40.
Okay.
No,
So
because
I I just
because
googled here
be,
because I wanted to see the point that you made about the please call me's, that he did multiple please call me's. So I just googled because someone left this in the comment section and it says there is a limit to how many please call me's you can do in a day. Vodacom is
yes,
10, MTN is 5, Cell
yeah,
C is 5, Telcom is 5. Now we need
yeah.
to go back to the record of that day and count how many please call me's Ntanzi did to Mjiako. And then the answer is equal to fraud, fake, cooking. And it's on the
So
record.
so what the I'm asking myself, what were they thinking?
Oh, they were thinking there's no watching briefs that watch them. They thought this was no one is smarter than them. They're the cold drink unit, prosecutorially
But
led. They've got a doctor on the team. He's probably doing this as a thesis. How far can we get away with murder?
but the problem is they are throwing the very same police under the bus.
They don't care. That's why do you see you see there's no honor amongst thieves. Kininda threw them first. Kininda came and told us, no, I had a J50 warrant of arrest, and Baloyi said no. And Baloyi said, payback, you're gonna learn. Now I don't care, we'll throw you. They don't care.
But the thing is
We see it with
now,
the Nkabinde Commission. The police and the NPA don't work together anyway. They don't
but
walk
now,
in one accord.
if you mention the name Kininda in that tavern, sure, Baloyi will go up and down, and the presiding officer will also go up and down. Like you mentioned the name Jesus in a wrong way, because they're defending
What do
him
you
like
mean?
they're defending him like he's a saint, but still throw other police under like
Wait, is there a
Mohane
problem with
and
the sound, guys?
am
No,
I not audible?
it's bad. No, someone is saying there's no sound. Two people said there's no sound, but I can hear you. So I'm not sure if we're okay now.
I can hear you too.
I think we're okay. Let's continue.
Okay, they are throwing
Okay,
each
guys,
other.
drop a 20 if you can hear us. And let me just give a quick shout out to our super thanks. Okay, thank you so much, Umpe, for sponsoring the channel. All protocol observed. Thank you so much. Thank you for sponsoring today's live stream. I appreciate you. Mlondolozi, can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? Send me a please call me. Okay, let's continue. I'm not sure. Okay, Princess, okay, channel member has confirmed she can hear us loud and clear. So let's continue. I think there was a glitch somewhere, but let's continue. Let's continue. Sorry for the disruption.
Okay, okay, my apologies. So yeah, and now they are throwing the Mohanes and the Moholas under the bus. And the other thing which doesn't make sense is everything that will help the defense or will prove them wrong, like the occurrence book, pocket books, they just disappear. AVL, they just disappear. I mean, I was so
You're right.
impressed
100%.
when Danzi was saying, "Okay, it's fine. I'm willing to concede that Mujiago was my lawyer. Okay, I want to take that. So please show me where I signed to go and see him." Then he just moved along. He just doesn't want to answer that. Doesn't want. So now,
Let me stop you.
if
Let me
you
stop
are
you right there. I actually have a problem with Baloyi blue ticking Danzi at critical points and the judge sitting there behind those zazas and saying absolutely nothing. I have a big problem with that. Hu- Huge problem. Because what
the,
do you mean you're quiet? Why are you quiet?
the problem is you are
I have a big
expecting the judge. Unfortunately, in that
problem.
tavern, there's no judge.
Okay. Yes, I stand corrected again. Okay.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
there's no judge there.
My expectations are too high. Okay. I
Yes,
must lower the bar.
there is a prosecutor and a prosecutor and a deputy prosecutor and a witness and chief witness.
And a subpar interpretation. Let's not forget how bad it is. The record is not going to reflect what Untanzi is saying.
You know, when it comes to that, I put all the blame to the defense, because I advocate Muma. I think he understands Zulu.
I think you
Advocate
put this as a
Munisi,
comment. I think you put it as a comment. I think it's you. I did get a comment that says I blame Kumalo for not speaking up with the nonsense that's going on there. Was it you?
because no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Okay.
Because Numalo can hear English and Zulu. Mshololo can hear English and Zulu. So when the chief interpreter join us and the witness and the deputy prosecutor join us, when he's twisting things, they just sit there.
Wait, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Did you call John as a deputy prosecutor?
Yeah, he is. He think he's a prosecutor.
I I can neither deny or accept it, but I can say I've heard Jonas run his own sideshow there with the witness. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that.
Yes.
Jonas's
So
job and any other interpreter's job is just to say exactly what has been said by the witness into the record, not to add their opinion or subtract or divide or multiply. It's supposed to be 1 + 1 is 2. No, 1 + 1 is 1. It's supposed to be the same. But
so
sorry,
he's
go on.
he's behaving like a deputy prosecutor. That is why he ran away immediately after that ruling that Baloyi, please read those things. He said, oh, now I'm going to interpret that. I'm going to send someone and go.
Oh, I believe so too. Jonah said, no, I'm too senior for this. I'm a senior deputy prosecutor. I'll be
Deputy
back
prosecutor.
when all this
When this,
nonsense is done.
yes. So with the interpretation, I blame the team defense. Ramosepele'S, he might be like me. He might not be that uh, perfect
No,
with
but
Zulu, but
you know what? My Sizulu is not perfect. But if you hear me complaining, just know it's bad. Just know it is bad.
me
It's
too.
bad.
We can hear that
That's
it's
what we need to
bad
call it.
because
We need to call a spade a spade.
yes.
Sorry, let me
So
turn down this fan.
there I put all the blame to the chief defense because remember, Baloyi is going to use that as is what Ntanzi said, whereas it's not what he said, it's what the interpreter said when he
Said
read the
yes,
record.
and the defense needs to now always ask for the recording because it never matches. Because I did do an exercise. I went back myself to listen. I can't remember what they were arguing about. I said, no, I can go back and listen myself. And it did not match. It's exactly how Ntanzi said it. It was the interpretation that was wrong. I can't remember what the example is. But it's
And
very, very
remember,
unfortunate.
but remember,
And the
we
defense is quiet about that.
yes, and remember the presiding officer, he assured us that this case is going straight to the SSCS. So it's going straight to SCA. So now at SCA, Bloemfontein, they are going to read the record. And guess what? The record will be in English.
It's going to be misleading. Yes.
It's going to be misleading.
Yes, that's what I was trying to explain, that the record doesn't say in Sizulu he said this and then no, it's only English. It's English wire, start to finish.
Yes.
And there's many parts, by the way, where it's going to say inaudible. And I think they need to start exposing the records for the SENZO MEYIWA trial so that we can proofread them as members of the public. We're willing to put in the hours because we can confirm the record is incorrect. We can already see it. We hear it when Georgie reads it. It's like, huh? I was watching that day. That's not what I heard Ntanzi say. And then my lord will threaten, play the sound, play the sound, play the sound. And then Georgie will say, no, my lord, we don't have speakers. It's going to take a while. We need to save time. And then the defense lets it go.
Yes. And that play the record is just bluffing. He knows that he's not going to play the record. He's just bluffing. Because it's exactly what he wants to hear.
100%.
It's the way he wants, because he's got a selective listening. He hears what he wants to hear,
Mm.
like just like the DNA. He wanted to hear.
And then he says,
Uh,
"I listen," so that no one says he's not hearing. Mhm.
he only listen, and when every time when he says, "I listen," then he will quote what the witnesses from the state said, not what the witness from the defense said. He only hears what, and you can see when they are told that, like now, Baloyi is cross-examining, he's writing. When the defense cross-examining, he's just writing, not doing anything.
No.
He will write things that favors. It's like, that's what I'm saying. That presiding officer is just the prosecutor. Because remember that day when he was prosecuting this guy from Begersford, Makosong, when he was saying,
Mhm.
you said you don't know an oath. That was not a clarification, because that was a prosecution. And unfortunately,
Oh,
it went bad, from worst to bad, because Munisi took the baton and whipped him very, very, very hard. I don't think he will ever, ever, ever forget that day. I don't think he will ever
Yep.
forget that day. Because, and if you looked at Munisi that day and Munisi on other days, when Munisi is disappointed and angry, he's very lethal.
Mm.
But when he's bubbly, he makes a lot of mistakes.
Mhm.
So
Very true.
I,
Very true.
I feel like Rata should always press him. When he press him, then he become very, very, very lethal. But when he's
Which
free,
is
when he
why
starts saying, no, court is a free ass and whatever, he start making a lot of mistakes.
Which is why, if you notice, first of all, I want to take a moment to say thank you so much to our super chats for today. Thank you for sponsoring today's surprise live stream. And thank you as well to our brand new, fresh out of the pot channel member, Umpe. Welcome to the family. I appreciate you so much for sponsoring the channel. And yeah, that was just a little ad break. But I want to also say, um, everything you've said about Umnisi, I endorse it. I think you put it very well. And then that is why I think, in my opinion, if you remember, Umnisi stood up and said, "Wow, I didn't know you had it in you, Ramasipili." That, I mean, I can't even cross-examine Danzi at this point. That was brilliant. Everything was powerful, because what Ramasipili did was he went from start to finish, A to Z, and he made sure anytime Baloyi came up with the record says, the next day Ramasipili would come back and say, "This is what the record actually says." And then Baloyi would be like, but he was very, very thorough. Nisi, however, doesn't do that. I think he cross examines or he leads evidence from a place of emotions. And when those emotions are high, because I think he's an empath, so he really feels for his clients. That's why he had to switch from being a prosecutor to being a defense advocate. I think he takes on the jacket, and when he says he's a creature of instructions, he really means it, and he follows those instructions to a T, and he becomes so engulfed in their client's plight. For example, accused number 3, when he was in solitary confinement, Nisi's like, "We can't continue with the SENZO MEYIWA trial, ladies and gentlemen, until this is resolved." That's the kind of advocate that he is. So I loved that he stood up and said, "Wow, Ramosepele, wow, you did it, man. Brilliant. That was beautiful. That was nice." So I loved that, and so I agree. He loses his placement or his power when he gets emotional, and then that's when the judge starts barking. Oh, sorry, the presiding officer starts coming hard, starts barking and barking and barking and barking, and then it's just a beef. It's like, what are they doing? What are they doing? That's when it happens. If you notice, everything that Ramasipili said to the judge, Ramasipili came, backed it up with facts. To the point, the judge said, "I'm so sorry. I apologize if that's how you feel." If it was Umnisi, if we switched roles and it was Umnisi saying exactly what Ramasipili said, there would have been a fight.
It was
The
going
judge
to
was
be a cat
not
fight.
going to apologize. Whew, it was going to be lit. The channel
And
with the giant logo, they were going to come back into the room. It was going to be too much.
yeah, and
And then we're going to
I
call
think
Rose to bring the books.
the presiding officer, he didn't have a choice. He just had to bite the dust because Ramsipidi is that kind of a guy who will respect you and respect you and respect you, even if you rub him in the wrong way, he will respect you. But this time
Yes.
around, I think somebody told him that, you know what, this is not about you. It's about that guy. This guy is going life sentence. So you need to take that deputy Jesus status and become a lawyer and stand for that guy. So he left that deputy Jesus status. He's now aware that he's fighting because that the presiding officer is a bully. Baloyi is a bully. Sibanda is a bully. So now, if you come with your deputy Jesus behavior, you're not gonna survive.
No.
Even Muma Stulele,
Umalo is
he's
stuck there. He doesn't want. He's not quarrelsome. But in that courtroom, you've got to play mud with mud.
yes. Remember, he said when he said something like, "I'll be heard," when Prata says, "Can you hear you?" He said, "I'll be heard." And then he said, "Hey, what? What?"
Yes, yes, I remember.
Trying to intimidate him,
The judge
thinking
was
that
ready. The judge was ready to dive. He was ready to dive and start doing a backstroke into the arena. And Mumalo said, "I said what I said."
yes, because he wanted to intimidate him. He wanted to see whether he will fold like he normally does. But he said, "No, I said I'll be here." And then he likes facts. He's too tactical. So he came with his strategy, but he left the judge very surprised because he knows that there is a soft spot. Remember when the late advocate Mgomezulu was still alive, he used to say, Nisi, did you? But then Nisi took over, and then he moved to Ramosepele'S. But Ramosepele'S now is saying Mumalo,
Pushing
Mumalo.
back.
Yeah, because of he's a bully. So if he bullies you and you allow him to do that, then he start treating treating you as if you are a nice guy and these ones are bad guys and you are the nice guy, whereas he knows exactly what he's doing. So
So let me
big
ask you
up to
this. Whilst you
Ramosepele'S.
spoke about definitely 150%, Ramasipili has worked, has changed. He has evolved. He changed from being the caterpillar to a butterfly. He's flying high and you can't stop him. I want to ask you, while we're talking about the advocates and their relationship with the presiding officer, what has changed, in your opinion, between the presiding officer and Umshalolo? In your opinion, of course. What are your thoughts?
I think Mushololo is no longer in the court that much. So it's going to be very obvious when she comes, you still attack her. And Mushololo always says, thank you very much to the presiding officer for, it's like she's bribing him first, knowing that she's going to attack. So you cannot attack somebody that shows you that I respect you. So now
you're saying
the focus shifted a bit because of he lost Nisi, he lost Ramosepele. So now he's left with Umalo and Mshololo. So now he's trading very carefully when coming to Mshololo. So I think that is the reason. Because now if he can attack Mshololo now, like even when was it? It was Wednesday when he was saying, I don't want people to say I'm biased, because he knows that
I don't want Wondaba. You guys are so problematic. You have a whole prosecuting, a presiding officer checking his sentences before he speaks because of social media. May he also check his judgment while he's at it. May he also check his judgment.
No, that one, I think now is going to be very difficult judgment. It's going to be very difficult, especially when it comes to these phone records. It's going to be very difficult because of now it's clear. It's like day and night. We can all see that. No. People are busy in the kitchen. People are busy in the kitchen. And when it comes to the confession, I think the defense, they've done enough to prove that those confessions were forced. So now
it's time for the judge to take action and unrule them. Unrule them, my lord. I know you're watching. Shout out to my lord and Georgie Porgy. Sorry, George Baloyi. Shout out to you guys. Please go ahead and unrule the statements. It's embarrassing now.
No, the thing is now, I think Baloyi noticed that long time ago when he was trying to change the confession to a statement. He could see that now I'm this thing are not going to win me this case, because those confessions were the only thing that were going to help Baloyi to convict these guys. So when he realized that this confession alone are not enough, then he wanted to change them into a statement. Unfortunately, because the presiding officer already ruled that they are there. It's not a final judgment. It's just a ruling. He might change his mind. So now he couldn't agree with him to make them statements, because the question was, why were you ruling them? So now he noticed, then he wanted to sneak in the strategy of this thing statement. He failed. And one other thing that made them to be even worse is this Mujiako thing.
That's the worst of the worst of the worst.
Yes.
Because Ntanzi is saying, I don't know him. He's not saying, yes, we started together and it didn't work out. He is
And
saying, who gave him my pin location?
who told him that I'm attending to Rustin Bank? I'm attending. Who told him? Who was paying him?
Mhm.
Show me where I signed. You know what I liked about Ntanzi's testimony this week? When he was saying,
Mm.
okay, fine. Those phone records you are saying are 2018. When did Senzo died? Ish. I was like, wow.
And Baloyi will say, no, he's repeating the record. I have to cut him off. It's already on the record. We'll put it 20 times if we have to, George. We will.
No, with repeating the same answer. If you're asking me one question in a different way, I'll give you the same answer 10 times. So the fault there is his fault. It's not Ntanzi's fault because he's asking one question three different times. So Ntanzi will give, because if Ntanzi is not going to give same answer, he's going to say, but a moment ago you said this, but now you are
Yes.
changing. You understand? So it's not Ntanzi's
Very
fault.
true.
It's not Ntanzi's fault. If you're asking one question but differently, but the answer will be the same. And you know when he was saying that thing, you already put that in record. He heard that Ntanzi is going to mention again that I gave my pattern to the police, which says the police had my pattern, so they were able to unlock my phone. So that is why there were activities. So he was blocking that. He didn't want that into the record.
Even at this point, someone needs to tell Baloyi, even someone in grade 5 can understand what's going on with those records. If Ntanzi was in prison, in jail, locked up, no longer going for torture treatments, no one signing him in and out, why is the phone pinging all over town? And why is he going to the shops to buy airtime?
The worst part is how did he go to the Indian shop and buy airtime? The most dangerous criminal who's selling guns and substances and ammunition, they just let him walk out. Is he the guy Thabo Bester? Maybe that is a Thabo Bester. Thabo Bester
No, if
light.
they let him walk out, that OB book, they must show us how he's doing it, how he left, because it's in the OB book. And let's not forget how the phone is being charged.
Exactly. No charger.
And
your phone 6 months, no
and
charge.
Can we also see the disciplinary actions that were taken with those SAPS members that failed to take the phone? It's been 5 years. What
Yes.
are they waiting for? Baloyi
And we
insists
should
that the phone was never taken. Where is the discipline? Can they also go there and line up at Madlanga Commission and tell us why they didn't take the phone?
and we should all of us buy Samsung J5. Is it J5?
Something.
Some J5, yeah. I think they say J5, Samsung J5. It's got a strong battery. We should all have it. 6 months without charge.
6
We
months
should
and he
all
was
have it.
phoning, talking to some people for 15 minutes. 15 minutes in a prison.
No, you call your mother. You call your mother. You talk to her 2 seconds. Wow. That time you are in prison, the mother, will the mother, these people traumatize Ntanzi's family. Because just imagine, I'm in prison, somebody uses my phone to buzz my mother. That time my mother doesn't know where am I.
That's why he's upset.
Maybe we talk every week,
No,
we
they
talk
didn't buzz
every
the
night.
mother. Those phone calls are doctored in a lab. Because why didn't Baloyi produce the mother's 205s to say, yes, it is here?
No, I understand what you are saying. But I'm saying if really they were buzzing, what will that buzz do to the mother? Because obviously the mother will try to call back, try to find out what is happening, and your phone is off. That is a trauma.
Yeah.
That is a
Even the
trauma.
grandmother, I said to myself, wow, I wish I was like Ntanzi, whose grandmother sends him SMSs. That's wow, she's so nice. She can send SMSs. My grandmother doesn't send SMSs.
Even,
what is she saying in the
my
SMS?
mother. The other thing is, he knew all along that there was a complaint against the police, and he confirmed in front of the magistrate and said, I will help them.
Yes.
But he came to Pretoria High Court and say we must go to
trial within a trial.
Within a trial, knowing very well that he said, I will help them. Knowing very well that he told Gwabini that I'm going to help you. Then from there he turned. That's when Gwabini was so angry, said, Badlala ngathi labantu. They are playing with our feelings.
Gwabini clocked them a long time ago.
So, yeah. And then when they are, okay, we know that there is a lab there, and the person that I'm suspecting, allegedly, you see the good doctor, he's the one who produced those things.
Yes. I'm with you with that suspicion. My suspicions started with the good doctor for me was always innocent, and then the tide turned when I realized no, he's a game changer. When Gwabini came and said the good doctor was in the office, that's when I was shocked. I said, no, the good doctor is a full-time member of the prosecutorially led, and he's not there pen pushing. No, he's working hard. This is a tag team.
Yes. So I think he's the one who manufactured those things, allegedly, of course. So now they are backfiring badly. They are backfiring badly. So unfortunately, Baloyi already started with the cross-examination. He cannot sit down and say, no, continue with this.
No, he can't.
He can't.
And
Remember,
I love it for us.
Remember, he did that during the time of Pinky, because he said he must read those phone calls, and he was very happy reading them. But now he's already in the middle of the cross-examination. Then the what you call the cooked phone records, so he cannot go back. And I think he sees that I'm in trouble here. So that thing the presiding officer was saying, he worked so hard for where he is now. He cannot just ruin his
Let it
reputation.
go.
Then now,
Exactly.
what is happening? He's inside the mud. With him, the presiding officer. I mean, he's retired, but he's in the mud. We are questioning now what happened with all his cases. If that is what he was doing. And the question that we need to ask ourselves is, why was he recalled? Immediately after Zandi said they must call the retired judge to come and preside this case, and they called him. Is he the only retired judge that is available? And why was Zandi saying that? And it happened like that.
Let's not
Is
talk
that a
about that.
coincidence? Huh?
Wait, if we start talking about Zandi, we'll be here another 6 hours. That one needs to be in the jail immediately. And then she can come and do a bail application. And in that bail application, she needs to explain how she pointed out Ntanzi when she couldn't describe him 2 days after. How her memory suddenly came back.
Now that one, she will say she was shocked, but immediately remember when, let's say, God forbid, you come across with people, they do whatever, and then you are shocked. You can, but when you see them for the second time, you'll be able to say, "Oh man, but this face, I've seen it." Maybe that's what happened.
Okay, fine. Let's go to the floor plan of the house. Everything she said, if you look at the floor plan, doesn't make sense at all.
No, when coming to her testimony, she was just singing for supper. She was just singing for supper. Those things were lies. And that's why the presiding officer, he doesn't deserve the title of being a judge. Erasmus, when the interpreter was not interpreting the correct thing, he used to call them to order. The presiding officer in that
You know what? I'm going to find that.
court, in that court,
I'm going to find
he
that clip
understands Zulu.
because I need to.
So when Ntanzi speaks, he knows what he said. And when the deputy prosecutor Jonas saying his things, he hears that this guy is not interpreting what that guy is saying. But because it suits him,
Well, Jonas
he
said
let
it
it go.
the other day. Jonas told us, he said his home language is Xhosa. How is in a Zulu case? Okay, fine, he might know Zulu, but does he know Zulu? Now that we know his foundation is Xhosa, is he doing justice for Ntanzi? We can prove it all day, every day. He is altering the record.
Yes.
And it's causing problems. 2 years from now, when they're reading the record, Ntanzi will say, I didn't say that.
Is saying whatever that
Because it's
suits
true.
him.
He didn't say it.
Yes.
So those who don't know the reference to Judge Erasmus in the Western Cape, this is the Jocelyn Smith trial. The interpreter, the first one, can't remember his name. Oh, he was given his marching orders. It was painful. So I think that case was Afrikaans and English mainly. So the interpreter The first one, oh, the first one was horrible. I don't know what he did. I can't remember what he did, but they immediately switched him. And then the second one came. The second one actually broke Ramadan to come and be the interpreter. Judge Erasmus said, "Thank you so much for breaking your Ramadan to come and help us out with the interpretation. We appreciate you." So the reason I'm bringing that up is to show you what kind of a judge Erasmus is. He will come personal one on one with you. But when it comes time to business, when it comes time to the record, he will slice you. So the interpreter, the witness said something like it was $10, 10 rands. And the interpreter said money. Erasmus said, "What? What? What?" The witness didn't say money. The witness said 10 rands. Why are you changing the record? It was a big deal. Took it there and there. They didn't even go to chambers. He whipped him right there. And that was the last we ever had a problem with the record in the Jocelyn Smith trial.
Yeah, so that's the difference. And
Go ahead.
that's the difference. That's the difference. We know that he understands Isizulu, the presiding officer. So he was supposed to be neutral and
Okay. Mm.
and listen to the evidence, being neutral, and where they digress, borrowing your words, he should be able to call them to order.
Which he doesn't. Yes, I like that you say the the presiding officer is fully aware. And he told us, he said his mother is Zulu speaking. So we can confirm 100% the judge can hear the record being altered.
Yes.
And
So he's not impartial.
Mm.
Remember?
Yes, because the alterations are to the benefit of the state. There's never been an alteration to the benefit of the defense. Have you noticed? There's never.
No.
Ever.
So when he was reading, when he was saying, "Rose, bring the dictionary," and saying, "No, I'm going to administer the law fair and whatever. I've taken oath." When he was talking to, what was he talking about? Because it's not what he's doing.
It's because Ngomezulu said he was colluding.
And he was telling the truth.
No. But you have to understand with the presiding officer, he doesn't have to do what he says. He just has to read the books and prove to you that it's in the books. But does he have to follow that? No, that's not applicable. That's not what he's saying. It's two different WhatsApp groups. There's a difference between reading and doing. And he's saying, do what I say, not what I do.
So that is a crime scene. Pretoria High Court, Pretoria North High Court is a crime scene. It is a crime scene. They just have to go and arrest them all and leave those
Who do you
guys.
think are going to be Ntanzi's witnesses?
I think Lungisani. I think Shoes.
Yes. Wait, how do you spell shoes, guys? I really want. Is it shoes? Shoes like shoes?
Yes, shoes. SHOES.
Okay, Zondo. Okay.
I think it's going to be Shoes, Lungisani. That man that used to stay with Ubabu Absalom Zungu.
Oh,
Think
Bongani Ntanzi,
yes. If the girlfriend,
that's the
the
brother.
ex-girlfriend or the girlfriend is still alive and she's not scared, she's going to be part of the witnesses. Because I believe they were buzzing her. I believe they were trying to call her to convince her to nail him down.
Mm.
So I think she might be the witness if she's still alive and confident enough. And then who else?
Personally, I think they should just leave girlfriends out of it. I'm so happy Mbali was not called. Mothers, grandmothers, those. I don't know. I
No,
get very sensitive with family
the mother
because Baloyi is
and
going
the
to abuse them.
yes, the mother and the father. I agree with you. As much as they left Moses' parents out, I think uh, with Ntanzi also they just have to leave them out. Again, the parents are going to be emotional, especially Ntanzi's mother and father. What happened to their child is unfair,
Mm.
traumatic. They are going to be very emotional and they are going to make a lot of mistakes. So I think they should just leave them out.
Prince
I
disagrees.
think
Prince says family inside.
I think
Prince says the family must come.
yeah, but I don't think it's a good idea. Uh,
How much
just
impact would they have? Yeah,
put
I don't think so.
put yourself in Ntanzi's parents' shoe, where you're going to testify to save your child's. You're going to be emotional. It's like being a lawyer going to represent yourself.
Mm.
So you're going to be emotional, and knowing Baloyi and Sibanda, they're just going to strip them, and it's not gonna be nice to watch.
Yeah.
I understand. I
No.
understand where he's coming from because they can they are going to tell the truth. The problem is their emotions. Will they be able to control their emotions? Especially already,
Yes.
Ntanzi said they are too old. So I don't think it's a good idea.
No, me too.
Um,
I always watch the video that the giant local station did when they actually went down. And you do see, so there's a part where he says Moses' house. So first he goes to Moses' house and Moses' family, and you see the family dynamics, and then the camera like angle shows that Moses' house, how far it is away. And I appreciated that type of journalism. They've stopped going back to catch up on the families. They didn't even go see Absalom Zungu. So it's unfortunate. I don't mind watching the family from that angle, but inside the courtroom, mm-mm. I won't be able to watch it because I don't see Baloyi granting them grace. He's going to use them. And imagine a family member realizing, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now it's going to convict. You know what I mean?
mm,
This is going to be too
mm,
heavy on their
mm,
hearts, in my opinion.
mm, mm. I think the other thing is, I think Munisi should reopen the case and call Makuo for Muzi. I think unless if they are going to call Makuo for
Mm.
Ntanzi, because I think Makuo is one piece of a puzzle that will make sense. but I think it was
I
supposed to
think
be
they're
called
saving
for.
him for dessert.
Remember Muzi the first
I
time
think
when
they're
he was,
saving Makubo for dessert.
but remember Muzi when the first time was arrested, Makubo was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was going to give a proper evidence. Oh, the other one that is going to come for Ntanzi is Steenkamp, as Sibiya already said that she's coming, of which I think he made a blunder there. He was supposed to keep her as a secret. So, but Steenkamp already, she's coming. And then Ntanzi said he wants to call the Capitec. And again, remember Ntanzi is a special somebody. His bank statement got his ID numbers. He's the only person who has ID number on his bank statement. I wish I was him, because we also want to see those things
I
on
also
our
pulled
bank
up my
statement.
bank statement and I said, huh? It must be a Capitec thing.
No, I've got a
FNB doesn't
Capitec.
do that.
I've got a Capitec account, so that's why I'm saying he's very special. When I grow up, I want to be him. So he's a special child. He's got a special statement. So I think the Capitec also, he hinted that he want them to be in the dock and Standard Bank. And when he was saying those things, Baloyi, I saw Baloyi was not happy about that. So yeah, those are the witnesses that I think they will come for Ntanzi.
So I'm going to bring this live stream to an end. We've been going for 3 hours continuous. So I'm going to bring this
Wow.
live stream to an end. Oh my goodness, guys. This is record breaking. First of all, a Saturday live stream. I'm going to come back for another live. Oh, wow. Guys, we're deep inside Sunday now. I want to come back for another live in about 30 minutes. I just need to refresh, have a comfort break, as they call it. And then I'll come back. And then in that one, I want to do like a one clip, 10 minutes. When we started this live, we said we're doing 10 minutes of everything that happened in all those other commissions and done, just so we can have it all in one video. So when I come back, we're going to do that, okay? And we're going to use that as our go to sleep kumbaya.
Before
It's gonna be
you
different
go,
style.
before you go,
Yeah.
please ask Linda Munisi, the journalist, how much are they paying him for
How much,
for
what?
team defense? Are they paying him for defending the case, for defending the state? Because he cannot do that for free. You can't.
I think I last watched that channel early January. I haven't gone back. That's just like I'm tired. Every episode is junk. And then I saw, because it came up on my recommendations, I saw that they did a video about 3 days ago, and I was like, "Wait, how did you do a video? You were not in court. You're doing it remote now? You're Bluetoothing the courtroom?"
No.
So maybe I'll watch that one. Maybe we'll do a live and we'll watch that one tomorrow.
You can't
But
defend
is
that.
he being paid?
I'm saying you cannot do that for free. You cannot defend that level of stupidity for free.
Tooth and nail.
You can't.
It's incredible.
It's impossible.
So you are saying he's being paid by the channel
No, I'm
to do his
alleging.
job, and then he's
I'm
getting,
alleging
yes,
that
alleging. We're alleging.
yes,
We can't prove it, but we feel it. We feel it deep down that there's an incentive. But who is
that cannot,
incentivizing and how much is that incentive?
because it doesn't make sense. You cannot defend that level of stupidity for free.
Wow. All
In
right.
front of
So
cameras.
let's all go during the people.
During the people.
So huh? During the bandabas, the abondabas, the watching briefs, and you chest out and you say it with your chest, and you're like, wait, which court? Are we talking about the same case? All right. So I'm going to end the stream now. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. Those of you who need a kumbaya, we're going to do straight 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. It's going to be an hour long of all those. Paulo Sullivan, Brown Mokhotsi, Shadrick Sibiya and his Impalas. Who else was there? Oh, Chris Mangena. I feel like I need to do him on his own though. I need to study and listen to him attentively. The others I can listen while living my best life. But yeah, I'll be back in 30 minutes to an hour. 30 minutes to an hour. I just need to refresh, okay, to recharge my batteries. Because, yeah. But the batteries have been going strong. I've got my energy. Today's show was sponsored, okay, new member, Utogwane. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've also got Ulonke, our brand new channel member, as well as sponsoring the live stream. Thank you so much. We've also got Alf. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's live. And not forgetting Uompe. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I'm saying your name right. That is it from me today. Make sure the pinned comment there before you go out. Click the pinned comment, enter your email, because we are going to be talking a lot on the side. And I realized over there we don't have any algorithms or any YouTube rules. We can, talk really, really straight. And that is it. That is it. I didn't know you guys would support the live on a Saturday. I didn't know. I thought you guys go out on Saturdays and paint the town red and that I'd be alone here. I really thought that, but I was still going to do the live. But I was pleasantly surprised. Surprised. So thank you so much. Before we end, can we give our guest, can you close and let us know your closing words, and then I'll close the live.
Uh, let all just pray for justice and
Okay.
put all the guys in prayers, especially in Ntanzi and Musi. Let's keep them in prayers.
So with that said, I'm going to lead us in prayer for our closing of the live. Okay, I'm just gonna go off the whim. I didn't prepare this, but I feel moved that that is a good thing that we can close this live with. I want to take this moment to thank you, Heavenly Father, that we are gathered here. And you say that where two or more are gathered, that you are amongst us, Father. Thank you for providing us the technology that we may gather from far and wide. We've got people in KZN, we've got people in the Western Cape, we've got people in the Northwest, we've got people in Namibia, Botswana, worldwide. Father, we also pray for our channel subscribers who are in Dubai right now, that they're safe. I didn't get to speak about it, but that's something that I've been following on the side as well. We pray for their safety. We pray for everyone's safety. But Father, we ask today that you may continue to keep the accused comforted, strengthened, and supported. I think this is a time where they need the support, especially we see Ntanzi working hard in his defense, the defense where his life is on the line. If found guilty for the crime that he's alleged to have been a part of, that a life sentence presides. Father, if that is not just, it is not just, if he 100% was not involved, if the state is cooking, because at this point we can only allege, we ask for your guidance, for your revelations, because we are seeing the revelations coming out in 4K. And we ask that we strengthen and keep the defense team safe and their witnesses, those that have passed through the courtroom, that they are safe and satisfied with the testimony that they gave. And then we ask that those that are coming, that they may be strengthened, that they don't fear coming to the court, and that they see that this is all in the interest of justice. We members of the public jury have gathered here this late night, morning, depending on where you are. And we thank you once again for this opportunity. And we thank you for supporting us with all this technology that allows us to gather with that. And I thank you all so much. Amen. And with that, I'm going to end the live stream, family. Good night.
So you also believe that that could have been planted there?
Nomganjan, ya planto mfisi. Lo wathi wayibona uyena wafika nayo lo project sana.